everyone, I've got a few things to show you today. So first of all, I've got my Deck the Year card. So this is the one I did for Penny's Crafty Creations. I'm doing index cards for Penny's challenge. So that is my week 17 one, and there's no prompts for Penny's. And then in Shanuki Art, the prompt was blend. So I've blended, I used watercolours in the background and blended the colours in the background, and I really like how that turned out. Love that giraffe. And I did put a little dingle dangle on it as well, a little man there. Don't ask me why I decided to put that on, but I did. So that's those. And then I've been making folios. I love folios, and I'm always, you know, printing them off, and a lot of, well, I think nearly all of them are free actually. So I've been making them and cutting them out, and I thought I'll show you some of the ones that I've made. Some of them are just small ones. So first of all, I've got this one. You would add this into a journal. You would put that on your page. That's a pocket like that, and then we've got a little envelope there. Not sure what you do with your envelope, if I'm honest. This will fit into the pocket, especially if you don't. It should fit into it anyway, whether you glue this side or not. And then there's a little envelope which you can just clip to the page or something, I'm not sure. But that was this week's one of, I don't know whether it was from Pink Monarch Prints, I'm not sure. But I really liked it. Yeah, I liked that it was different colours, and yeah, so I wanted to use that. Wanted to do that. It was a one page freebie, so I printed that off. This is one, I don't know whether this was a freebie or whether it's one I've sort of just made up myself. It could be one I've made up myself from a kit that I had. Yeah, it does look like it might be. So it's a tri-fold tag, and you can see it's got pictures of, hello? Then I've got this one. I think this was a printable that I got, and then I just made it from the, I can't remember, but I really liked the bright colours on it. The trouble is I make these things and I can't remember where I got the printables from. But anyway, and inside it I put loads of tags to be written on. They've all got writing space on them. And I added these little industrial type numbers that I really like. I really like these, and I wanted to add them on, so I did that. I've added them on to each. I think the only, oh yeah, it does even have one on the back there. So each pocket has got tags in it. I have a tag punch that I used to make that. This is just some paper that I had left over from another project, and I wanted to use it up, so that's what I used it for. Yeah, and it's light enough, you know, the background is light enough to write on, so yeah, that was that one. And that one just closes with a paper clip, but I may yet change that to a hidden paper clip, and then I've just put twine on the top of it. So these are all ready to go into journals when I make them. Now I do know that this one is from Rickety Snippets, and I love it. When I went to the Junk Journal meetup in Lincoln, there was two ladies there that had made these. They'd got the printout, and I thought, I'm sure I've seen that. And when I got home I was looking, and I did have the printout. It was a freebie from Rickety Snippets. So there's a little tag inside the envelope, and then this is a hidden paper clip, and on the back of the hidden paper clip there are some tags, and then that also works as a closure for the envelope, and then you can pop that over your journal page, and you've got an envelope, a pocket, a hidden writing spot there. Yeah, I love it. Then, like I say, that is a freebie from Rickety Snippets, so yeah, Love that. Then I think all of these, oh no, not that one. Oh, or is that? Oh, I think, oh. I'm not sure about this one, but I know these ones are all from the same person. This one was one I had in my folio folder. So it is, there's a little pocket there with some tags in, and there's some butterflies in there as well that can be used to decorate anywhere. There's all these words here that can be used for decoration. I've just popped them, made that into a little pocket and popped them in there. And then that goes into the envelope like so, and then the envelope closes with that little band there. You can just pop that through. So yeah, I thought the words could go anywhere. I'm not sure actually where that one came from, but the rest of them I'm pretty sure are from Joey Cardmaker, and I love Joey Cardmaker's work. I love his things. So this is, these were all free. They're all, he does a video every first Saturday of the month, and you can print it off and do what you want with it. So I printed mine off and I made that part into a little notebook. Then we've got this part, this is a little band I wrapped around and closed with Velcro. And inside here we've got a little tea bag holder. You can actually put a real tea bag in there, and I've got that little, it says tasting notes, and then I've added that little tea tag onto there, sewed it on with a bit of cotton I did. And then we've got some little tea cards. There's a little tag there. This paper also came with it, and I've used that to make journaling cards with. And it is a folio. So when you open it up, it says Tea and Grace there, and then we've got more tags there. There's writing space on the back, and then this is the front. So, no, that's the back, this is the front. So all of these we had in here, didn't we? Lovely, lots of space to write on. Love that blue and white as well. Yeah, so these are from Joey Cardmaker. Love his stuff, love it. He's made some really gorgeous stuff. And so that is my hidden paper clip, and I don't think the hidden paper clip was part of it, but I saw someone else making a hidden paper clip, and they said the trick is to have the back shorter than the front so that it'll slip on easily, because I know people do have problems with them, and mine just, you know, will just slip on. So I just made that little decorated hidden paper clip to hold everything together, and then that as well was on there, so that can also go into the hidden paper clip. So that was that one. That was a tea themed one, and then this one is a candy store one. So this is the closure, this sweetie shop bit here, look, sweetie jar here. You can open it up. We've got two little like tea card size tags in there to write on. There's also little sweets in there that I've popped in there. There's also the word butterscotch and gumdrops, so they look like jars of sweets on a shelf there. We've got a chocolate tag here. We've got a lollipop. We've got a big tag with a boy eating a lolly there, and then we've got a little girl eating a lolly there. We've got writing space there, so yeah, loads of room, and this pocket here has a gusset, so yeah, they all go. I like the picture of the little girl coming out when you take the boy out, the girl's in there behind her. And then these, yeah, went in the front there. There's the chocolate one, and then in the side here is another one, another little tag, another little hidden, well, it's not really hidden, but there's another little pocket here you can pull out, and it looks like a bar of chocolate, and as I say, that closes with that sweetie jar. Isn't that lovely? And then on the back it's got all the jelly beans. I love that, love it so much. So that, they're all different themes. This is an Easter one, and I've just used the paper clip to close it, and these are some of the papers that came with it that were left over, so I'm going to save those. Oh, that's from that tea one, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot to put that back on it. it back on there. There we go. This is an Easter one, as I say, but I wanted to make it because it's so pretty. I've held them all together with a paper clip. They will just pop into your journal. You don't have to have them as Easter. I mean, you could put different tags in, but these tags are gorgeous, aren't they? Look how lovely they are. Love them tags. So they fit in that really nice big pocket. Then there's this little pocket, and it is full of bunnies, look. Look at those. I mean, these two don't need to be Easter, do they? You could always blow those up and use those in that pocket. And, you know, you wouldn't have to have it as an Easter pocket, because that pocket would be lovely any time of year, I think. So in there we've got some little stamps with eggs on. We've got, it says, the words say Easter Bunny, Happy Easter, It's Easter. Spring blossom, so you could use the spring blossom one, couldn't you? That's just a little strip that's left over. Easter bouquet, bunny blooms, so anything that doesn't say Easter on it you could use, and there are a few of those. Then we've got the tea card sized ones, and they've got bunnies on them. Look how cute they are. And the bunnies do have eggs on some of them, and I think they're egg hunting on that one. So yeah, and that one is a piece of paper with eggs on that you could write a note on. Let's pop that in the back there. And you could glue it into your journal and leave this bit as a pocket as well. Then there's this little bit with the bunnies on it, that you could use that, that's fine. It would make a nice little notepad. You could pop some pages in there, or you could just write inside it, use it as a card. And as I say, if you blew these up, you could use these in there, and then, you know, there's no eggs or anything on them, so it wouldn't have to be Easter themed. It is gorgeous, and I will save it for Easter, I think. But yeah, if you wanted to make one and not use it for Easter, it is a possibility. So that was the Easter one. And then I made this one. This one, I couldn't work out what all the parts were for. I was thinking, what on earth are all these bits for? And that's what they're for, they're to make. This bit is a notebook, so I made that one into a notebook there with some coffee dyed paper. And then this is a pocket, and it's a woven pocket. You get four, let me take these bits out. You get 4 pieces of card which weave together to make 4 pockets and to make this picture. So there's one goes there and behind that one goes there and behind that one, and that one goes behind that one, and so on and so forth. And so they're woven together, and you can choose your theme. You can either have the animals, so for this one I've got, there's four cards and 4 pockets. So we've got a lamb, and then we have the lamb definition on the bottom, and then that's a bulb pin holding the word lamb. And then we've got rabbit, which will go in there, and then we've got duck, which can go in there, and then we've got chick, which can go in there. Aren't they cute? Isn't that nice? And then that will glue into your journal just by gluing on the 3 sides, and you can put things in the back of it. And what I did with the flower parts was I did this with them and put the definition on the back and just tucked those into the pockets as well, because I had already done this with the animals, and I thought, well, I don't know what the flowers are for, so I did that with them. And then when I actually watched Joey Cardmaker's video, it did show you that you could choose either the animals, the flowers, or a mixture of both. So I did that one with the animals on the tags, and then I did this one with the flowers on the tags and the animals. I did the same as I'd done with the things. I put the definition on the back of them. Yeah, and I didn't bother putting the word on there. So yeah, that's there. I love them, absolutely love them. That would be lovely in a nature themed journal, wouldn't it, or a flower journal? Either one of those would. And that notebook, I love it. Again, just held together with the paper clip just for now. And then last but not least, this is a design team thing that I made for Be Happy Stationery, because I've just joined her design team, and I really liked this black and white card, this black and white patterned paper that she'd done. So I printed off the 4 pages and I made it into this like tri-fold little folder, and I thought you could, you know, you could have your train tickets in there, you could have some photos in there, you could send it as a gift to someone. It's got 2 big tags on for writing on if you wanted to use it for that. And then it closes, it's got a belly band at the side there with a tag on it. It closes like that. On the back there are 2 more tags in a different pocket. You can't even see the pocket because it's black and white as well, but there's one in the front there, and then there's another one at the back. It sort of crosses over like that. And then I used a hidden paper clip to close that as well. So that's what I've been up to, making folios basically. Yeah, I'm going on my holidays to Poland tomorrow, so wish me luck and nice weather, and I'll speak to you all when I come back. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.